Hi everyone, Kim here, Abundant Life Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me. I am excited for this video. Okay, I did a thing. As you all know, I like to create my own working oracle deck, so it made sense that I made my own true crime oracle. And I did that. I used make playing cards and I did it. Here is my Secrets Revealed True Crime Oracle. It is 160 cards, and you know what's funny is after I made this deck, and I was talking to my husband about the various like keywords I came up with, and he was like, "Well, do you have snitch in there?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "Well, what about vendetta?" I'm like, "Well, no. I have different words that could possibly mean that." And then he gave me like about 10 different keywords, and he's like, in all those cards, in 160 cards, you didn't have those? And I was like, no, I guess there's many more things I could add. So it got me to thinking that I could actually, if I ever decide to to sell these, like if people are interested in having this as a deck that they work with, I could split this up into many little decks and people can mix and match them. And in the meanwhile, before I do that, I'm going to make an expansion deck. I know it's like already 160 cards, maybe another 40 cards. No, I'll say anywhere from 30 to 40 card expansion deck that has those keywords that my husband and I came up with after, I did this in a mad rush, really, because I wanted to have it ready and done and in my hands before I returned back to Mystery Mystic Monday readings, and that time has come. Depending on when you're watching this video, I'm recording this video, what is today? January 26th. So in the next day or two, I'll be recording some videos for Mystery Mystic Mondays, and I wanted to have my own working deck. It is not to say that the decks that I have collected for my mysterious circumstance readings, that they don't work. They work fantastically so. Like, I will still be consulting the decks that you've seen me use on the past readings I've done. However, I found that there were certain keywords that I thought would be more helpful for me, and I wanted to have certain images that resonate something inside of me when I'm doing these readings. So I just felt called to make this deck. And if you are a Ko-fi member of mine, I've started explaining and expressing how I make my own decks. I share about the process. All right, so without further ado, let's switch camera angles so we can go through all 160 cards. All right, so here we go. Again, this is 160 cards. We have the card backs. I love even when you fan it out, what it looks like. It looks really cool. It's thorns, okay? Thorns. So let's go through them. We gotta turn them this way to go alphabetically. We have abducted or kidnapped. I use multiple keywords. Abuse, neglect, which reminds me of my daughter. Accessory after the fact. Accident. I wanted something that just says accident. I didn't want necessarily car accident or a specific type of accident. So I put accident. We have accomplice. Accusations. Active case. Sometimes cases do go cold, right? So it's sometimes reassuring, like if this card came up in a reading, to see that it may be active, but there's a lot going on behind the scenes, right? Addiction. Sorry for the barking dogs in the background if you hear them. We have affair. What kind of affair? I don't know. If maybe this person's ready to get out of the affair. Maybe he's about to confess something. Maybe he suspects his wife. Maybe it is an affair that's not necessarily of the romantic variety. aiding and abetting, alive, alone, arson, destruction, fire, baby, backyard, trying to get it without the glare, bank records, beach, blackmail or extortion, bloodline, like ancestry or some kind of blood relation, right? Bloodline. Boat, bones, breaking and entering, burglary. I realize that some of the cards I have are similar keywords, and so I might swap those out when I do another printing of this deck or make it available, and replace it with different keywords and images. You'll see what I mean by a moment. Like, I'm gonna put this breaking and entering to the side, and I should have picked out the alone card as well, because there's a couple of ones that I'm like, I don't know, I might change it out, or I might keep it. We'll see. We'll see. Breakup or divorce, burial or grave, and then somebody actually or something actually buried. I always have a hard time pronouncing that word. And buried doesn't necessarily mean a person. It could be the weapon, right? Caregiver or helper, cell phone, child or children, choke, circumstantial evidence, city or urban, cleanup, cold case, collapse or ruin, collapse or ruin, computer, concealed or hidden, con man or fraud, scam likely, contamination, could be seen, contamination, sometimes there's a lot of noise, a lot of just falsehoods and rumor. So you could look at the corresponding cards to see what is the nature of the contamination. Corruption, cover up, crime of passion, crime scene. Probably when I always think about, like, when people are printing up these decks, like, what are they thinking at Make Playing Cards? Like, what in the world is she doing? Cult or groupthink. I have empty chairs that could be filled with lots of bodies thinking all the same. Dark energies. Dating. Daughter. Death. Debt. Can you see that? denial, deviant or pervert, distraction or diversion, DNA evidence, doctor, domestic violence, drama-filled, drowning, drugs or overdose. I have an addiction card, but addiction does not necessarily equate to an overdose, nor does it equate to an addiction to just drugs or alcohol. Addictions could be gambling addictions, workaholic addictions, shopping addictions. So I would look at the corresponding cards, the tarot and the oracle, around that card to see what is the actual addiction. Evidence. False accusations, not to be confused with actual accusations. False accusations can be quite damaging in these types of cases. Family member or members. Father. Fear, flight risk, footprints, and my husband was like, do you have glove or mask? I was like, no. He's like, you need to have gloves and mask card. I was like, oh, you might be right. Hence the expansion pack. Friends and associates. It's going to be massive, this deck, once it's all said and done. This one might be a little triggering, so trigger warning, there is blood in this image. Government and military. Someone holding hands, got blood on their hands, holding dog tags. Greed. Gunfire. Health issues, natural causes. Heavy speculation. And probably with the false accusations card, you could just imagine all the craziness going on in a particular case in terms of all the influences that may be at hand when we as readers or mediums or psychics or intuitives are doing these readings. Sometimes what we're picking up on energetically is not so much the crime itself or who did it. We're picking up on all the rumors, the false accusations, and then it results in heavy speculation. Hired help. Hit and run. This is more like with a car involvement. Hit and run. House. Human trafficking. Impulse. This is all right. Sorry, I got interrupted by a phone call. We've got information. Impulse. I really like this card because oftentimes things happen, whether somebody impulsively runs away or they are kidnapped or someone harms someone. It can be a rash decision, right? Impulse. Inside. Is the person indoors or outdoors, inside or outside? Did this happen inside? And now the person might be outside. We have intoxication. Investigation, investigator, PI. Isolated. And see, this is what I meant by, I have two cards that are kind of similar in meaning, similar in feel. Now, some would argue that alone could be that this person did the deed alone. So it could mean that. Or someone who felt all alone before something happened. Or this could be the victim, and this victim is either alone or isolated. So I could see keeping both of these cards when I think about it. We have jail or imprisonment. Judge, law, legal, or legal system. Justice and karma. Not to be confused by the legal system. Justice and karma is something different. Karmic connection. You're on a karmic collision course. That's what I should have put. I think I ran out of room. Knife or stabbing. Landfill, dumpster, or trash. Law enforcement. Lawyer. Liar, lies, lying in wait. Life insurance or inheritance. So some sort of monetary gain in that, right? You ask yourself, oh, was there an insurance policy, like when a husband may have harmed his wife or vice versa? We have local. Lost. Lovers. Lured. Someone lured, and it doesn't have to be a child who could be lured, it could be an adult. But it usually, when I'm thinking that evokes images in our minds of a child being lured with the ice cream cone. Man. Manipulation. Meeting. Mental health, can't ignore that. Mental jail. Misadventure. Missing. Money. Mother. Motive, hate crime. Motive, jealousy. Motive, monetary gain. So that plus the inheritance and life insurance card, that would really tell you strongly, like, check out the person who could gain the most from this, the demise of this person. Motive, revenge. See, this is kind of like vendetta. My husband said I need a vendetta card. Mountain. Murder for hire. Murder, suicide. Needs medical attention. News, media, and the press. Nothing to lose. Organized crime or gang. My husband also thought I should have this separated. He says that there's, gangs like mobsters, and then there's street gangs, and then I need to have it separate. I was like, I don't know. We'll see. I'll think about that. Out of town. Outside. This is my outside card to my indoor card. paperwork or paper trail, parent, party or social gathering, photos, physical altercation, fighting in their suits, poison. And I wanted poison not to necessarily always just be a bottle of poison. I wanted to show like someone who could be, you know, they could have ingested something that was there to their own doing, maybe by accident or on purpose. Or it could be someone who poisoned them. But I wanted to, or it could be a poisonous situation. So I wanted to keep the image kind of like open, if you will. Political affiliation, power control, premeditated or planned, private property, propaganda. So that plus the false accusations plus the, what was the other card? And let's see, false accusations and I can't think of it now already. Propaganda. So heavy speculation. All of that going on. You got yourself a combustible situation. The R word, non-consensual assault. Non-consensual is what it means, and then assault. So it's actually 3 keywords here. Regret or remorse. Rival or backstabber. And I suppose this could be not necessarily a snitch. I do like the idea of having a snitch or an informant card. Now this is where I was like, robbery or burglary gone wrong. Now that I think about it, this too actually, maybe this person is successful in their breaking and entering. Nobody was harmed with a burglary, right? And breaking and entering. Or they could get charged with breaking and entering. But yeah, this could be robbery or burglary gone wrong, where someone actually loses their life or they're injured, severely injured. Or in terms of the criminal, it went wrong, and that's, you know, it went wrong for them because now they're serving a lot of time. So I guess I'll keep both of those. Rumors and tabloids. I put a lot of these types of cards in here because as I've been doing this for over a year, these types of readings, I've started to pick up on things and seeing trends and seeing how stories pick up and how you can quickly follow down a path of following a rumor. And I want to be able, in my readings, to be able to discern what is energies of rumors and what is energies of what actually happened. So yeah, runaway. It's very important to me for the integrity of my readings. Rule or country. S-killer or thrill kill. Social media. Sun. Spying, which is kind of a similar feel to stalking. I could even combine this and make it one, spying / stalker, but maybe it's like it's elevated to initially spying on someone and then now it's gone into the stalker territory. Status, I kept this kind of vague. It could be marital status we're talking about. It could be your economic status. It could be any kind of status, I suppose. Stranger. Suburban. Suffocation. Could be metaphorically speaking, they're in a suffocating situation, or literal suffocation. So, someone taking their life. I decided to also kind of keep this not as gory as it could be. It may be someone who's contemplating it, not necessarily someone who's taken the plunge and did it, right? I try to be very thoughtful in my deck that I've made to use in my readings. And I encourage you all to check out doing creating your own decks. It's a fun exercise, and I find that I really deeply resonate with the decks that I make. Swamp, Targeted Victim, Terminated, Timeline. Could be a timeline issue, something going on with the timeline that we really need to pay close attention to. Something might be off with the timeline. Trapped, Trauma, Truth Revealed, Two or More, Unloved or Unwanted, Vehicle or Transportation, Video audio surveillance, Vindication, Water, Weapons, Witness, and Wooded Area. So those are all the cards, folks. This is a massive, massive deck. So this is what I usually do when I have massive, massive decks. I split them up and I shuffle them separately. This is too many cards to try to shuffle at once, and that's okay. Even this might be too much because it's brand new. And then you can even split it. So now you have a good mix. What do y'all think about my new deck that I have to use for my mysterious readings, my Mystery Mystic Monday and Mystery Mystic Musings readings? What do you think? You think this will give me some good answers to the type of questions that we ask? Let's see what it do. So this is what I would do. So look, let's show you. So we've got somebody may have witnessed or been in like a situation where they were assaulted. There's a risk of this happening, MS, murder suicide, and the person, the criminal who is potentially responsible for all of this is a flight risk. They could be like up on out of here trying to get away. Some people try to pretend like they didn't do the crime till the very end and they won't leave the area, or they don't have the means to leave. And then there's others who do have the means to leave, right? And there's others who they'll just, if they're living near a border somewhere, they could just cross it. Let's see if I can mix these up. These aren't all the way shuffled. I may change the greed card because I have a money card that has money, but I do want to greed. Somebody greedy. So yeah, this is going to be fun for me to shuffle and break it in. I got to break it in for sure. I got to break it in, get it used to me used to it. Let's see how it reads. I'll probably, for my Mystery Mystic Mondays when I return back, you'll probably be seeing this deck. You'll see it. So there you have it, folks. This is my new deck that I've created. I've created now, I don't know, 10, 11 oracle decks. One of these days I'll tackle making a tarot deck, but for now, I just happily make a bunch of very useful oracle decks from my reading practice. Tell me what you think. Do me a favor on your way out. Please hit the like button. Also subscribe. We are coming back with some new content. So yeah, and quick announcement. I just started a second channel. It's called A Surreal Reveal, and I'll put the link in the description box. This is a channel that is going to be more of my commentary. I'm not going to really be doing a lot of card reading, but if I'm discussing cases where there's mysterious disappearances or something very controversial happening, and I want to give you a quick little synopsis and background, I will be discussing it over there on that channel. Also, when I'm doing Mystery Mystic Mondays, if you want more of a background on the cases that I'm covering for those readings, you can check out that channel to gain some more insight to it. Because I wanted a separate channel that if I want to help missing persons, or if something happened, like when somebody mysteriously dies, and I want to get the word out, there's a stigma with readers or with psychics, and I want to use my voice to raise awareness, use my platforms to raise awareness, and I don't want the stigma attached. And also, it would make the readings a little bit shorter for Mystery Mystic Mondays if I had the informational piece, the background information on A Surreal Reveal on my secondary channel. So I'm excited, you all. I'm so excited. Please support me over there. It would mean the world to me. And thank you so much for supporting me here. All right, you all, take very good care. Let me know what you think in the comments section. Give me some keywords you'd like to see in a future Secrets Revealed True Crime Oracle deck. All right, friends. Bye for now.